Hey guys, welcome back to another train with me. I've really been enjoying these like podcast style, like just talking style training videos. And I don't know, a lot of people have said they're enjoying them too. So today I kind of want to talk about things I wish I knew as a new YouTuber, like advice I would give myself / also mixed in with some advice that I would give to other people too. And if you don't have a channel or you're not interested in starting a channel, maybe this will just be interesting to listen to. And you are a content creator or you're thinking of starting a channel, here's some of my advice, I guess, ? I'm brighting spirits, I have my water, I have my notes, and yeah. Also, I'm filming this because it was either fold my laundry or film a video, and so I was like, you know, I'm gonna film a video because I don't want to fold my laundry. So I put my laptop on top of my laundry, and if you think I'm filming this in some sort of fancy setup, you're wrong. I'm literally sitting on my floor and my computer's on top of laundry. And could I sit at my desk? Yes. But I like film 50% of my videos on the floor. So now you know, I'm a comfy person. This is what you signed up for. I just want to like preface, I don't want to come off as like I know everything or like, oh, I'm a huge YouTuber. No, like at this time I'm filming this video, I have like 10k subscribers, which by most standards of YouTube channels is a really small channel. Okay, I don't think I know everything and I don't think that I'm smart. I just want to put that out there. I'm just filming this video because I like to talk about topics and I like to train my horses. It's not that deep. Okay, now that that's out of the way, here's my things I wish I would have known earlier. So first piece of advice I would have given myself or anyone who's thinking of starting like a YouTube channel or creating content in any way is make it your own. This is like some
basic hoe advice.
Like anyone could give you this advice. This is like the most basic part of starting your channel is make it unique, make it your own vibe. And honestly, this is easier said than done. I think everybody kind of gives this advice to some extent, like
be unique, be yourself.
And it's like, yeah, but like it's hard. Starting a channel, at least my experience, it's a learning curve. You're like, okay, I have this blank canvas. What do I put as a profile picture? I don't want to like stand out like, oh, she doesn't know how to have a YouTube channel. At least when I was starting my channel, I was like, I want to look at what other people have done on their channels to see like what is supposed to go in that blank spot. Like, what are you supposed to use for your YouTube banner? How do you even get an image that fits in the YouTube banner spot? They're like little things that you don't think about anymore if you've had a channel for a while, but those are like real things you have to take care of when you first start a channel. And you're like, wait, what are the rules? Like, can I use anything? Like, where do people get their stuff? So I think to some extent you do kind of end up relying on other people. And I'm not saying copying is not good, but I'm saying taking inspo, especially when you're first starting a channel, I think just comes with the territory. And then as you like learn, I feel like I personally learn by doing. Sometimes it's easier to be more comfortable making it your own and not caring what people think when you're more comfortable in your channel, which sometimes comes later. I wish I could have gone straight into like feeling comfortable having my own vibe and style right when I started my channel, but that's not the case. It takes, I feel like, a while to build confidence in your own channel, to build confidence in yourself that you can make your own concepts and that people will not hate you and think it's ugly. For me, that was the biggest thing. So honestly, like even when I look back at my channel from, I'd say anything over 2 years old, I'm like not happy with it. Even like my videos, I'm like, yeah, that content was pretty basic content. Like everybody made those videos, everyone used that music, everybody did the same thing with their channel. Like it looks like everyone else's. And you know, that was my journey. Am I happy with it? No. But I wish I could have told myself back then to be unique right off the bat and just take it my own way and not like have to go through that phase of being kind of basic. Yeah. Anyways, I would also say music. Honestly, earlier in my channel, I didn't know what the options were for music. I only used music that I'd heard other people use because I didn't know how to tell if music was like allowed on YouTube. So I watch a lot of YouTube, so I was like, okay, like this person used these songs and this person used these songs, and I kind of like borrowed artists and songs from people I'd listen to. And I mean, they don't own the song, like that's okay, I guess, but like everyone was using the same songs, like, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't very unique. So I would say go out of your way to find music that you at least haven't heard other people use using or that's unique to your channel, and that gives you like a unique vibe. That could be something fun and exciting. Should I go to Golden Leaf Stables? I guess. Basically, moral of the story is make it your own. Don't worry what other people are doing, and try and be unique and be yourself and do something that expresses who you are as a person. For me, it took me a while to find that, and you know, that's okay. I'm still working on making my channel like more individual and more unique. If you're struggling with this, you're not alone, and it's not easy to come up with your own look and your own vibe. I mean, there's always going to be someone who has the same vibe as you, like, you know, that's totally fine, but at least do it on your own and do it yourself. Okay, that's my first piece of advice. If it wasn't long enough for you, here's the next piece of advice. And I don't really have this ordered in any particular order, so thank you for coming on this journey with me, but make content that you want to make. And this is kind of for like, I guess, more relevant to people who have an established following of subscribers who request videos and stuff like that. But it's okay, it's still relevant for all of us and we can all still learn from this. Oh my gosh. And same, this is something I've really recently started practicing. Would you call it a practice? Sure. I've recently gotten really interested in following like other YouTube creator communities. I recommend maybe not leaning on the communities of games that you play if you're like a gaming content creator, but rather like more general. And like I follow a Reddit page, I think it's called like YouTube creators, and I follow that page, and it's good to get like a more general feel. I also feel like that community has mostly adults. I don't know, I vibe more with that community of people, if that makes sense. Anyways, back to the thing, making the content that you want to make. People can tell if you're not interested in the topic that you're making videos on. If you just want to make content for the sake of making content, I would avoid doing that if possible, because it's not fun to watch someone play a game that they don't like, or it's not fun watching someone do activities they hate. Obviously, you need to care about the content you're making, and you need to want to make the content, not be like, oh, I have to make a video, like, oh yay, I get to like go make a video, so cozy or something, you know, like that's the vibe you want. So make the content you want to make what's inspiring to you. Obviously, you're gonna want to have some rules, like this is what this channel is going to be about. You can make it as broad or as narrow as you want. For example, my channel is mostly Star Stable, but I always put out there that it's equestrian gaming content. So mostly Star Stable with other games sprinkled in. It's always kind of been that way. So that's worked for me because I'm interested in Star Stable, but I want the flexibility to be able to post other horse games if I want to occasionally. It's just an example. Some people are only Star Stable content. Some people are equestrian, so like IRL and whatever. Some people make realistic roleplay. Some people are gameplay. You know, figure out what you want your channel to be about probably beforehand, and then make sure it's something that you want to make content on. That way when you gain subscribers, they know what they're getting into. Oh my gosh. Anyways, oh my gosh, help. A little more on that topic. When you have an audience, you do start to get people requesting certain videos, which is sometimes super helpful. Sometimes a lot of people will request, will you play this certain horse game? If it's something I'm interested in, I'll do it. If you're not interested, you don't have to do it. Here's the thing, I used to not know. I'd be like, oh well, people requested it, I don't want to let the people down. Here's the thing, you're the creator and everyone else is a viewer, you know what I'm saying? So it's not rude to decide I'm not interested in this, or it's not rude to not take any requests for videos and only make content that you make, because you know, like being a video creator has the word creative in it. It does come down to you have to be creative and the type of person that wants to let their creative juices flow. If you're not getting any of that creativity in the mix, I feel like personally it's not really content creation, it's more like content requests. But definitely it's okay to like ask other people like what types of videos you want to see or whatever, but for the most part you really should rely mostly on your own ideas. And yeah, sometimes other people's ideas can be helpful and direct you to things that you wouldn't have found otherwise, and I've totally found that on my channel. I've gotten a lot of comments to try games that I've ended up really enjoying those games, so I'm really glad people requested me to play them, because I am not very good about watching videos within my own community. I will say another thing I've noticed, and I'd say more recently I learned this. I'm a trusting person. I assume like people are just gonna be honest on the internet, but like I've learned that is not the case the hard way a couple times, which is fine. It's called learning, we all do it. Anyways, sometimes people will comment on your videos, video idea requests, and you'll read it and you'll be like, oh, that sounds great. Wow, that's such a good idea. Sometimes people will comment video ideas that have already been done and they've watched the video and they're asking you to basically do the same thing another person did. For example, I'll just say it. Someone requested on my channel a while ago to do a really specific type of train with me video, and I was like, that's really specific. Like, I wonder if somebody else has already done that. And so I YouTube searched, it took a quick YouTube search, and I saw another popular creator in the community has already made that exact video, and I was was like,
Yeah, like,
sometimes your commenters may not even be real viewers of your channel. Just keep in mind, people who comment, they may not have even watched the video. They can comment without watching your video. They may not watch your videos. They may just be commenting on popular creators or whatever creator videos they stumble on and asking them to make this video that they enjoy watching, and they don't care about like how that might feel to another creator whose video it was, if that makes sense. So sometimes you have to do a little research on the videos people are asking you to make. If someone asks you to make a video on a horse game, I mean, yeah, like hundreds of people are gonna make a video. I play Ranch of Rivershine, I play Tales of Rain Ravine, you know, like everyone makes videos about that. That's not copying. Nobody owns the game. But then again, I've gotten really great ideas and inspiration from people who watch my videos, and so, you know, it's a give and take relationship. You can take what feels authentic to your channel and then leave what doesn't sound like you're interested in. You don't have to make every video someone requests. I wish I would have known that a long time ago, because I do feel like there was a time period where I got a lot of video requests and I felt almost like pressured, like I have to make these videos, I don't want to disappoint this person. And then I doubt that person even came back to my channel to watch the video I ended up making. You know what I'm saying? People comment stuff and then they walk away. You don't even know if they watch your videos. Okay, anyways, I could talk all day apparently on that second tip. My third tip, and I think this is like one of the most important tips I could give, be consistent. I think like when people ask, you know, what are tips that you would give to a new YouTuber, one of the pieces of advice I always give is consistency. Upload somewhat consistently. And I think like honestly, it's easiest if you kind of set the stage right away for how your channel is going to be and make it realistic. If you're a full-time content creator, I guess you could make a video every day, but is that sustainable? Are you going to be able to maintain that? Is that doable? Are the videos going to be good? If so, great. If not, don't set that expectation of your audience. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't think you're going to be able to make a weekly video, don't put on your YouTube channel or tell your subscribers, I'm going to make a YouTube video every week or whatever. Well, I think early on in my channel, I had stuff in my bio like new videos every Thursday and Sunday or something like that. I have no idea. I don't remember super well. And later on, I realized, you know, that isn't a realistic expectation of myself. There are times in the year where I can make 2 videos a week, and then there are times in the year where I can only make 1. And then there's going to be weeks where I can't make a video because I have a job and I have a life. So you know what I'm saying? It just depends. So at this point in my channel, I don't have there are no rules. I usually post videos on Tuesdays or Saturdays. I never said that out loud, but then there are weeks where I post it on a Monday or a Wednesday. You know, I'm consistent in that I upload pretty much every week, but it doesn't have to be so specific. Maybe that's bad advice, because I feel like if you do post consistently on a certain day, that's probably better. I don't know. But I think as long as you're not like setting unrealistic expectations with your audience, then you're probably fine. And the next part of like consistency is keeping your commitments. If you say you're gonna do something, do it, because I don't know, there are people who really look forward to a video, and then when you say it's like postponed, they get disappointed. We all know or subscribe to someone who they're just not consistent. They say they're gonna do stuff, but they never post the video, and you're like, you just don't feel like you can rely on them or trust them. And then there's creators where you're like, they said they were gonna do it and they always follow through. Every once in a while, of course, there's gonna be like times where it didn't work out, and that's normal. But like for the most part, you know, you can come back and they said the video would be there and it's there. You know what I'm saying? So for me, consistency and I don't know, reliability is important. Okay, the next one is one I'm kind of passionate about, and a lot of other YouTube, Reddit threads, and YouTube channels have talked about this recently that I've watched and stuff. So these are my thoughts paired along with some other people's opinions to back me up too. And that is grow your channel organically. And what I mean by that is don't worry about numbers. Don't do sub for subs. Don't comment on other people's YouTube videos to gain traffic to your channel. Don't ask for views. Don't ask for subscribers. Don't pay for subscribers. Don't do stuff like that, because honestly, it's not going to help you in the long run. Oh, and here's the other thing. Don't do those giveaway things where it's like, if you follow my channel, then be entered in a drawing. I mean, okay, there's someone watching this video who's done that. That's fine. I just want like, be aware that that's probably not the best way to gain people who are gonna watch your videos. To me, the most important thing is not subscriber count, honestly. It's, well, and not even views, but you want more people to watch the content you're making. You don't want to have 100,000 subscribers and then, you know, you get 1,000 views or less on your videos, because that means that you have people subscribed who are not interested in your content. You know what I'm saying? I would so much rather have less subscribers but have the people there who found my channel organically because they watched a video, or they watched, you know, 3 videos and they were like, that girl, I vibe with her, so I want to subscribe to her. I would rather have organic followers. That's hard advice. And I was reading a Reddit thread about this because it was someone who was just starting a channel and they were saying, well, then how do I get followers if I don't ask for them? And that's tough. I don't know. Like, I mean, I remember the road to 100 subscribers was really hard, and I'm sure I did sub for sub. Not like subscribe to me. Like, I'm not that kind of personality where I'm gonna be like, subscribe to me, blah blah blah. Like, that's not my personality. I'm not good at marketing, and if you're good at that, that's great. That's a skill that I don't have. But I think I definitely did the whole, like, with like friends or people that you like met in game, like, oh, I subscribed to your channel, will you sub back to me? And then I did, and I was like, looking back, I'm like, you know, it doesn't help you because I subscribed to you, and then, you know, a couple months later I skipped past 5 of your videos and never watched any of them, and then unsubscribed because it bothered me seeing people's videos in my feed that were like strangers to me. Because when I look at my feed, I want them all to be things I like enjoy. You know what I'm saying? If it's something I don't like, then I unsubscribe. And that's just the harsh reality of social media. You know, people get tired of you, or people subscribe for the wrong reason. You want your audience to grow organically and be like people who genuinely enjoy watching your content and who are interested in you as a person. And don't worry so much about the numbers. I know that's painful and been there. My channel grew really slow at the start, and that's okay, because I think I have some subscribers here that have been here since the beginning who actually watch my videos, and you know, that's great. I think it's hard with gaming channels too, and this is something, I don't know if like this is like a thing, if someone studied this, but it seems to me like people get tired of playing certain games, so it would be hard to like maintain a following. In my mind, it's hard to maintain a following on Star Stable content just because your subscribers maybe get tired of the game. I don't know how that works, because yeah, anyways, I've even had people do that for me, like, and I appreciate it so much, like people in game saying like, oh, go follow Koko, blah blah blah, and I'm like,
Oh, like, don't do that.
because first of all, it really irritates people. People get really tired of having things sold to them in this game. Join this club, follow this YouTuber. People are like, I just want to play Star Stable and talk to my friends. I don't want to be bothered by influencers. And I totally get that, because I find influencers really annoying. I know, it's ironic. I don't really consider myself an influencer. I'm not trying to influence people. Content creator, I like that better. I make content about a game. But anyways, I get really annoyed by influencers sometimes because I feel like they're just trying to sell you stuff all the time, and it like kind of pisses me off. But I know that on the other hand, that's their avenue to make money, and they're fully allowed to do that. But sometimes it does feel like social media is so saturated with like influencers, but that's a topic for another day. And it's totally hypocritical because I use social media to promote my own content, so here we are. Anyways, I don't know, I prefer people to find my channel organically. That's just a weird thing about me. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about, and I mean, people don't ever say why they leave YouTube, but I think a big contributor to this is the topic of comments. And I just want to start out by saying, I don't know, I feel like I've been kind of negative in this video, and I don't want that to come across as like negative, because I like honestly love making YouTube videos. I love the little community that we've built here on this channel. It's so fun. For the most part, everyone is like very kind and very just like a nice person. Yeah, so overall the vibe of this community that we've built here, I enjoy it a lot. So I mean, if you think I'm talking about you, I'm not. I'm also talking about like other people's experiences and like general YouTube channels as well. But I guess you don't need advice for the good comments. Where the advice comes in is we're going to talk about
The negative comments.
I recently watched a video. It was called 10 comments every YouTuber hates or something like that. It was on my recommended or something. I was like, oh yeah. So some of my thoughts will be coming from having watched that video probably, and then some of my thoughts are things I've been thinking about my own channel that I wish I knew. If you're still just watching this because you want to hear me talk and play Star Stable, more power to you. So comments. Do I need to respond to every single comment? Okay, well, it depends. I think when you're first starting your channel, it helps you a lot to respond to every comment because you're building a relationship with your audience, and it also draws an engagement to your video. One tip that I've received that I didn't think of myself is even negative comments are engagement. So if people are leaving a bunch of negative comments on your video, first of all, they're wasting their life away leaving negative comments on a Star Stable horse video or whatever video you're making, but also they're engaging with your content, and ironically they are helping you, so don't worry worry too much about it. Hopefully you're not getting too much negative comments though, but you'll always get a couple. You always will, no matter what you do. But anyways, do you respond to every single comment? When I first started my channel, I really did. I responded and hearted every single comment. Now I get a lot more comments, and it's not even that I just get like too many comments. I mean, I love when people comment my videos. That's great. It's engagement for my video. It helps support the channel, and it's really fun to connect with my subscribers that way. I usually read all of my comments if I'm able to. I can't read all the responses to those responses because it ends up getting beyond me where I don't see all the comments. I always wondered, I was like, do people who get like comments and a lot of comments on their videos, do they like see all the comments? And like the answer is probably not. I probably see like 80% or something like that. Anyways, I still like think the comment section is a great way to interact with your community, and people give me really, I find like a lot of useful information in my comments. So comment sections are very important. Do you need to feel pressured to respond to every single one? Say your channel's getting more traffic than it used to, it's a bigger channel. I don't think you do. I don't think you need to. I recently read the advice, only heart the responses you actually like. And so I've kind of been transitioning to doing that because I used to respond to every single comment, but at this point in my channel, it's getting hard to do that. And another thing that's fun, after watching that 10 things YouTubers hate in their comment sections, I realized a lot of things. So not everybody who leaves a comment watched your video. So for people who leave comments that are really vague and don't show that they watched the video, I've realized sometimes people just leave comments because they want attention. I don't know. They're trying to traffic you to their channel. Who knows why they leave those comments, but people leave comments without watching your videos. And they're not like hate comments. They're like really generic, like, hey, loved the video, which they maybe watched the video, but I've recently, this is like really deep and like, I don't know, should I share this much information? Sure, because it was helpful to me when I heard someone else talk about it, so whatever. Something helpful that someone on Reddit said in one of the threads I was reading was the comments take care of themselves. And I have a hard time just like letting people go. I want everyone to feel like seen and heard on my channel, but at the same time, I have a busy life and schedule, and it's not realistic for me to respond to every comment. It takes a lot of time, and also sometimes it's not like they're not going to come back and look at it. Like, who cares? So, and that way I feel like you're promoting less like spam comments in your channel, hopefully. Like, okay, I'm not trying to call anyone out here. Like, you can do whatever the flip you want in my YouTube comments. I don't care. It doesn't upset me at all. But like some examples of the comments that YouTubers hate, I'm just saying I don't hate these comments, but we all get them and it's kind of funny. The first comments, there's like 4 people saying first, or there's like the generic great video, and then there's like the comments that are like nobody ever, Koko, like the ones that everyone makes that comment, and it's not very like, it's not well thought out. They're just copying other people's. Anyways, wow, I talked about comments for a long time, sorry, but I really wanted to get to the most important part, which I put on the thumbnail of this video because I think this is like one of the hardest things about having a YouTube channel, is dealing with hate comments, mean comments, sly comments, and DMs too. I once had somebody in one of my Google forms say
F you.
I'm not gonna lie. Wow, should I have shared that? I don't know, but I think it's important because, you watch my channel and you're like, why would someone say that to Rose? Like, I don't think that I'm not like out there like punching puppies or anything. Like, I'm not some crazy person. There's some weird people out there. I don't know. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? Those people are out there. There's a couple options for people like this. For people that would go that far, definitely you can use the lovely option of hide user from channel. That just makes it so they think that they're commenting on your video and they leave a comment and no one else can see it, only they can see it. And that's just a nice thing to do for yourself. When you have someone that leaves such a nasty comment, you're like, even on the first comment, you're like, should I give them a second chance? It's like, no, that was a nasty comment. I just hide them from channel. So that's how I would deal with serious, like, that was a crazy comment. And do I get offended by those comments? Not really. I think I find those comments honestly the least offensive of hate comments because I'm like, they don't know me. That's them. That's not me. The comments I think that hurt the most sometimes are the ones that are kind of pretending to try and be helpful, but they're purposely trying to kind of shake your confidence. I hate even saying the word jealous because I feel like it's kind of cocky to say, well, someone's jealous of me. I don't know, it just comes off wrong for me, but I don't know how else to say it. Like, maybe they're not jealous of me, but they're jealous that my channel has subscribers or whatever. I don't know what they're jealous of. They're jealous of my horse's outfit. I don't know why they're jealous, but that is a real emotion people have, and their reaction to feeling that way is to lash out and try and take you down. And they'll either do it by saying "fripp you," or they'll do it by saying,
just a tip, the audio in your videos is really terrible and hurts my ears. Maybe you can consider fixing it, smiley face.
okay, like you're getting one comment like that out of the hundreds of thousands of comments you've had. You're like, only one person's ever said that. Like, obviously that's not a real issue, and they're either trying to shake my confidence or they are playing my video on an iPhone -5. Who knows? There's so many different examples of rude comments, and there's a bunch of ways you could approach it. I'll just share the way that I deal with it. I used to leave kind of a sassy response, but I've learned that's probably not even the best way. I'll either delete it if it's super bad and like it makes me uncomfortable to even have that showing on my channel, or if it's just like a dumb comment, I just leave it alone. I don't care if it's there. Like, honestly, if it's a really dumb, like that was a really dumb, like rude comment, people will comment back at that person and be like, what's your problem? Or sometimes no one interacts with that comment because people will see it and be like, what the frick? Who pooped in bro's cornflakes? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd say not even just like hate comments, but like oblivious comments. You'll get comments asking the same question that's already been asked and answered 40 times on the page. That's just them being lazy. If they really want the answer, they can find it. It's literally in the bio or the pinned comment. Another one of my favorite types of comments, sarcasm, you forgot comments, like you forgot this, or comments like correcting a small thing you said, like, okay, thank you so much for saving the world with that comment. You know, those comments are annoying too, but I just can't engage with those. I used to, but I don't anymore. And I wish I would have stopped engaging with those comments sooner, because that person literally raked through your video for an error so they could comment something. And that is a waste of a way to live your life. So I'm not going to engage with that type of behavior, because I feel like sometimes it's attention seeking behavior and you don't want to like necessarily encourage them to do it again, because if you respond sometimes to those hate or rude or annoying comments, they get like that dopamine hit, like, oh, they responded to me, you know, they're more likely to do it again. Now I try not to do that. When you get your first hate comment or like really mean comment, there's like a couple of feelings, at least feelings that I had, which was, first was like surprise. I was really surprised, because in real life you don't really like, my personality is not very like, it doesn't draw negative emotions like that. Pretty laid back. I don't really get in fights with people, or I don't remember even what the comment was, but I do remember like the situation. I kind of got like an adrenaline rush. I was like, whoa, like, because I don't like conflict, and I've come so far since that first comment. Now I actually don't care. It doesn't affect me anymore. It comes with practice. I'm getting the comments, and I think like another helpful thing you can do if you're getting negative comments is, well, maybe like look at the comments, and if you're getting like a large ratio of negative comments to positive ones, like maybe that should tell you something. Like maybe, I don't know, depending on what the comments are, maybe it shouldn't tell you something, and maybe people are just being rude and you don't need to listen to them. But maybe if you're getting more negative comments than positive, like maybe you need to tweak something, possibly, I don't know. But join a creator community, like a general YouTube creator community that's like not really competing against each other. They're more just like a bunch of random people on YouTube that give you actually good advice, and then you'll see everyone gets these comments. You are not alone. Even like the most perfect person in the world will be hated by somebody and will get like a really nasty comment. So it doesn't matter, like you cannot please everyone. It's impossible, and so don't waste your time trying, because it's not gonna happen, and you'll be so much happier once you accept that. When you like focus too much on the negative comments on your channel and spend time in your videos talking about it, now for example, this video is more of a like advice, so of course I have to talk about it, but in my day-to-day videos, you know, if I like started every video saying, oh, like so-and-so left me a negative comment, or you guys need to be nicer to me, then it takes away from the viewer experience, and it only draws attention to the bullies or the negative commenters. And it's not really fair to your subscribers who watch your content, may not even comment because they're not a commenter. Maybe they just watch your videos, and then it gets annoying because a few Wild West Rangers are leaving negative comments on this person's video, and then you're turning all the attention to those people, which is exactly what they probably want. You know, those 3 people are ruining it for 10,000 people who will follow you and actually like your content and leave good comments. So I think good rule of thumb is not to spend time dwelling on the negative comments, and to definitely not bring that regularly into the viewer experience. Personally, when I watch a YouTube channel, and I think a lot of people who watch this channel are probably the same, honestly, I watch a YouTube channel and enjoy a channel most when it's an escape. It's like a comforting channel. It's escape from my everyday. So why would I want to go to my comfort channel and then have them be talking about mean people or bringing attention to all like the mean people who said some mean things to them? I don't know. To me, it like takes you out of the safety net that is the channel. Every once in a while, people will do videos like reading my hate comments. I mean, I have my own opinions on whether that's a good idea or not, but this is another thing I'm just gonna throw in here with this. If you're spending every video talking about like drama or like something negative someone said to you or complaining about how the algorithm didn't push your content, I mean, isn't not fun to watch. Nobody wants to hear that. I mean, people who are viewing your content don't care that the algorithm didn't push your last video out and that nobody watched it. It's like off-putting to watch. That's something I've noticed. Yeah, anyways, I want to make sure on this channel I'm always focusing on the people who actually like my content, who actually enjoy me as a person and watching my videos. I don't want to take away from those people by spending time focused on the haters, because there are so many more lovely people who deserve all the attention, if that makes sense. Content quality. So like some advice I wish I knew, and this is advice I kind of figured early on because I watch a lot of content, so I knew important as a viewer to me personally is having good quality audio and good quality video. So I don't want to watch a gaming channel that has a lot of lag or is a really blurry upload or, you know, has poor quality. I want it to have somewhat good audio, so some sort of microphone situation. But here's the thing, you don't have to have an expensive setup to make videos, and you don't have to have nice equipment to record. My first video was literally filmed on my freaking MacBook Air. It had the stereotypical Mac fan noise in the background and it was terrible, but you start somewhere. I put a lot of my first checks from YouTube into paying for better equipment to make better videos. So that's what I did personally. And don't let it stop you if you don't have like perfect audio and video, because people still watch videos don't have any audio. So you just never know. I don't think that was very good advice. I'm not gonna lie. I did my best. I'm sorry. I better stop talking soon. The next piece of advice I wish I would have given myself: set clear boundaries early on and stick to them. And what I mean by that is set a list of boundaries that I'm not comfortable if people do this, or I won't do this, or I will do this. For me personally, I have a couple boundaries I've set for my channel, but it doesn't have to be the same for yours. It's just what works for me personally. One boundary I've set is not sharing my personal information on the internet. I kind of have like this anonymous gaming YouTube channel, and I prefer to keep it that way as long as I can because it's my privacy. People ask a lot of personal questions such as, will you do a face reveal? Will you do a name reveal? That's fine, but I don't have to do it just because people ask me to, and it's not something I'm comfortable with, and I'm not interested in being an IRL creator or doing a face cam. I actually prefer content that doesn't have face cam personally. I find it distracting and it takes away from what I'm watching, but some people are the complete opposite and prefer it. So I don't know, that's just one boundary I set, which is I am not sharing my personal identity on the internet, my face, my name, my age, my identifying information, and that's a boundary I am grateful I set for myself. I think especially this is advice I would give if you're a young content creator. I would consider holding off sharing your personal information. Sometimes it works out for people and that's fine, but sometimes, you know, you can't take that information back. Once people know who you are, they know forever. You can't take it back. So especially if you're younger, I would be safe on the internet. Only do what you're comfortable with, and you should talk to your parents if you're a minor. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Another one is like a really like non-important boundary, which is like in-game friend requests. I've always said I don't accept friend requests in-game on my main account, and it's easy because now I can consistently tell everyone the same answer. If you don't have like a clear boundary on stuff like that, then it gets a little like questionable when you accept some people's and then sometimes you don't accept other people's, and then people get mad because you weren't clear. First time I even had someone request an in-game friend request, I didn't know what to say because I was like, someone recognized me from my channel? Like, what is this foolishness? Role play with yourself and be like, what will I say if this situation happens or if someone asks for this? And just make sure you set clear boundaries. I feel like I'm giving like, if someone asks if you want to drink apple juice, what are you gonna say? I'm just kidding.
Sorry, that was inappropriate.
You know, have clear boundaries in mind. That's just like one small example for me, and most part people are really nice about it. It's easier dealing with really aggressive fans or aggressive people if you have clear boundaries, because then also your other subscribers in the comments or in game will stand up for you or sometimes answer those questions because you've been consistent about it, and they can answer those questions for each other, so you don't have to constantly be saying the same thing a million times. I've seen in my video people saying, oh, will you friend request me in game, and people saying she doesn't accept friend requests on her main account. You know, that's just a small example, but it's nice to be consistent, and it's healthy for you to set boundaries for yourself because that helps you stay sane. Another thing to go go kind of along with that is consider putting like an FAQ or frequently asked questions in like your YouTube bio maybe, or like, yeah, I have a frequently asked questions thing mostly about filming because people always ask about what I used to film in my bio, but I also on my Discord page have a list of frequently asked questions that people can refer to more for like things like people constantly asking, where's your makeup from? I get those questions so often. So consider having an FAQ available somewhere so it can save you a lot of hassle, but honestly, you're still gonna get those comments no matter what you do. So next piece of advice I would give is engage your audience. So what I mean by that is people like to contribute or participate in videos. I mean, probably a lot of people do it because they like a shout out for various reasons, or some people just like that the YouTuber I like put my submission or my story in their video. People just like to participate. So consider, you know, in your own ways, including your audience, maybe in like polls for videos they want. I know for my channel, I have a monthly member poll where I let my members pick from a list of videos on a poll, and they get to pick what video I upload that month. So I have that for my garden rose level channel members. They can do that. I also let my subscribers participate in like, train with me. I think most Star Stable YouTubers receive submissions for train with me type videos. That's just like a general YouTube for Star Stable video that everybody does because they're fun to watch. That's why. So include your audience, engage them, give them a reason to come back, I guess. And don't worry, if you don't have enough people to engage with, don't worry, it will happen. It's never too early to try and start getting people involved. Okay, my next tip would be, this isn't so much advice I wish I gave myself, but this is advice I would give to you as an experience from watching YouTube channels, I guess. Not in the Star Stable community. This is more like general YouTube channels I've watched. Stay out of drama. Sometimes I think YouTubers forget that I come to watch their channel because I want like a safe space, a calming space after a long day to watch a video and relax. And the last thing I want to step into sometimes, maybe you like the tea. The last thing I want to step into is the negativity and drama. Here's the thing. This might be good advice for some, maybe not good advice for others because some people like the drama. But I would say for me, if you want to take my advice, I'd say don't engage with drama and negativity on your channel. I mean, maybe your video requires you to look into like reading people's drama. I think that's a little different than like actual like nasty drama that the creator or like the video creator is involved in. To me, it's really off-putting. I think addressing drama publicly makes viewers uncomfortable sometimes, but I'm also really avoidant of all conflict, and so that might just be my own opinion. So, you know, do what works for you. For me, when I watch a YouTuber or I follow their socials and they're constantly posting crap about other people or like shade on like something negative someone did to them and like ranting about stuff, it like sometimes like shakes me a little. I'm like, oh, that's kind of nasty, and like it doesn't put you in a good light. Like it kind of makes you look mean even if you're not a mean person. So I don't know, be careful of that. Personally, I didn't come here to hear this. I came here for like really relaxing horse content. But then there are certain channels you follow because of the drama probably, so I probably don't follow those channels, but you know, to each their own. But that's just some advice that I've found to be helpful for myself, but it might not apply to everyone, and that's okay. The next one is dealing with, copycats. Is that the right word to use? I don't know. Okay, I have thoughts about it, and honestly, I'm gonna say, here's my thoughts on it. If someone's copying you, that sucks. I also think people will know that and take care of it privately. That's all I want to say. Yeah, sometimes it makes me uncomfortable when people call each other out, even if the other person was in the wrong. For some reason, it just makes you come off badly. So I don't know why that is. In my mind, it leaves me with like a bitter taste in my mouth when somebody comes for somebody publicly, even if the person they're going after was in the wrong. So just be careful of that. I was listening to a podcast, and it was this guy he started like as a food truck business, and then he created his business into a restaurant. He created like this meatball restaurant in New York. It was like a huge hit. And then the podcast host said, okay, and then after you made this business, like a lot of people started doing the exact same thing and knocking off your business. And he said, how do you handle that, like copycat people, like, or people that are copying your idea? And he said something like along this lines, but every minute you spend worried about what other people are doing is another minute you're not spending making your brand better, or you could say in this case, improving your own content. I think there's a time and a place for this advice too. There are times where, you know, companies would sue or whatever. People will know they're copying you, and a lot of times it might be intentional, it might not be intentional, but super uncool, and it doesn't feel good to be copied. In my opinion, that's on them, and you know, they're gonna get caught. You always get caught for copying. People got your back, don't worry. And again, I'm not talking about Star Stable or whatever. I'm talking specifically about a YouTube channel I watched. It was an IRL YouTube channel, and they got really nasty about a certain situation with another content creator, and I'm a peacemaker at heart. I don't want none of that. Okay, the next one is it's okay to say no. You don't have to say yes to everything. Honestly, like self-care has to come first sometimes, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to make good content that people are going to want to enjoy, and it's going to be, you know, bad for everyone. So respect your own time. If people are really pushing your limits, then take a break. If you get a lot of people coming up to you in the game, you can't have a conversation with every single person. A nice simple hi and respecting your own time. I can't stop and have a 20-minute chat with every single person in the game, even though that would be super awesome, but it's okay to say no, and it's okay to be busy. And also, if like people are DMing you like, do you want to collab? Or honestly, I get it, like they're just trying to get connections, but you don't have to say yes. If you don't know the person, you don't have to say yes. If you want to, that's great. That's really awesome. For me personally, I'm not comfortable collabing with people I don't know or know anything about. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with. It's okay to say no. It doesn't make you mean. It doesn't make you rude. Oh my gosh, we maxed Spirit.
Holy crap.
Okay, I'm just gonna run around on Spirit while I finish the last couple of things I wanted to say. Sometimes people will just DM you. They don't even watch your content. They'll just DM you because you're just a number to them. They'll be like, that person has 5,000 subscribers. I'm gonna DM them because they want, like, I don't know. That sounds mean, but like it's true. People do that. So just be aware. You're not necessarily like gonna like hurt someone's feelings or anything. It might just be like they've DM'd like 30 people and they don't really care about you, so that's just something to be aware of. Okay, the next one was like fan interactions. This is really specific to like in-game, but I guess if you're an IRL person, some of this might apply, I suppose. And if you're like, Rose, what are you doing? I'm just running around. It's a podcast, so maybe you're not even watching this, whatever. Think ahead of what you would say to like certain common questions, like I said before. When you get the strange interactions, it's okay to call for pickup. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sometimes it's okay to call for pickup.
But also, it is a balance, because if I have time and I'm in the game and someone's talking to me and I'm just AFK doing stuff, first of all, it's okay to just play the game and not worry about anybody else talking to you. But there are some times where when I am AFK and I'm chilling, I've had like a 10-minute conversation with someone, and it was like a really nice conversation, and they asked like really good questions, and I was like, wow, this person I can tell genuinely cares about my content, and this was a great interaction. So take time for those interactions too. But for me personally, building the community of people, it's awesome. Oh, this is a good one. Sometimes gatekeeping is okay. I know that's not a common thing. People are always like, you're gatekeeping. Here's the thing. There are certain things that is okay to gatekeep, and I've learned this the hard way. I used to have a couple videos on my channel titled how I edit my videos, how I make a thumbnail, and I was way too specific in those, and that's my fault. I literally put like what fonts I use and how exactly I make a thumbnail, and surprise, surprise, I started to see thumbnails that looked really similar to mine. And you know, I asked for it. That's my problem. But I mean, is that person copying? Yes, because I literally showed them how. So sometimes it's okay to gatekeep certain things. You don't have to tell people what songs you use. I mean, and okay, I don't own the songs. That's a whole different story. Nobody owns the songs. You can use whatever songs you want, but you don't have to tell people what songs you use if you don't want people copying the songs you use. You don't have to tell people what font you use in your thumbnail. You don't have to tell people how exactly you edit your video, because some of it is like personal to your channel, and if you tell people how to do it, then you're gonna see a lot of videos pop up that look exactly like yours. And I think sometimes people need to learn how to do things their own way. That's all I'm saying. Okay, and then the last thing is it's okay to just be a video creator. You don't need to speak out on big issues just because you like making videos about Star Stable. I am talking about a very specific Reddit thread I saw, and it was a Star Stable Reddit thread, and they were saying, I can't believe creators aren't talking about this topic. I'm like,
okay, which topic of the week are we talking about?
But people are saying more creators need to speak out on this. It's selfish and wrong of them not to talk about, or something to that extent. And I was like, that's wild, bro. First of all, I don't make content to tell people what to do with their lives or to talk about Star Stable as a company. I make content because it's comforting to watch content about horse games, and I like playing this game. That's pretty much the only reason I make content. Does that make me a public figure? Maybe unintentionally, but like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, stay in your lane. Do I know anything about game design? No. Do I know anything about, for example, chat filters? And not really. I really don't. So stay in your lane. You don't have to talk about topics just because everyone else is talking about them. You don't have not to talk about them because people in your DMs told you that you're a terrible person for not speaking about it. You're not a terrible person for not speaking about it. It's just not a topic that your audience or you care to talk about on your channel, and that's fine. Do I have to be like an advocate for every single issue that is completely unrelated to my channel? Not really, you don't. I get bothered by influencers talking about topics they don't know anything about or don't talk about just because they have a following. It bothers me, so I would hate to do the same. If there's a topic I'm very passionate about, I might, but for the most part, I just like making videos and I just like playing Star Stable. And I think for the most part, sometimes people come to my channel because they don't want that. Does that make sense? There are definitely other places they can go if they want like the up-to-date on the latest Star Stable's been doing or the latest drama. That's fine, but I personally don't. And have I gotten DMs requesting me to speak out on things? Yes. Do I feel like I always have to just because people tell me to? No, I don't have to do anything. And that's my advice to you is it's just wild to assume that someone needs to speak out on an issue with the same opinion you have. Anyways, that's like kind of a weird one to end on, but honestly, I hope that didn't rub anyone the wrong way, but sometimes I feel like you could have unrealistic community expectations of you, and this is just a reminder that somebody who likes making videos on YouTube is just that, someone who likes making videos on YouTube, and staying away from the drama helps me make better videos. Also, most of those people don't follow you or care about you. They see a number and they think this person could promote my cause, so they're just using you. That's my thoughts on that. My advice I would give to my older self is if someone's making you uncomfortable, attacking you, harassing you to talk about something, and you don't feel like you want to be involved, you don't have to. And that doesn't make you a bad person. Okay, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this podcast style video and maxing spirit with me. What an amazing experience. Honestly, it took me 2 hours to film this video. I've been talking for 2 hours. I'll just let that sink in. If you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy watching my Let's Talk About the Internet podcast. I don't know, I feel like it's a similar topic, but it's different content. So if you like this, you might like that, or you might not. Do what you want. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm on thin ice, you'd never guess. I've been hiding a monster, keeping it quiet.